Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Flash, and it's Premier League week 33. Cracking games this week, and the only games we're going to cover are that we've got picks in. So there's myself, and there's Martin, and there's my new signing. I'm pleased. I went to the chairman, said I need a new player. I need a little bit of something extra. And I come up with JK from the Daily_Slate. JK, how are you? Feel welcome, my friend.
I'm doing good. It feels great to be on here. I'm looking forward to a fun show.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely top draw, by the way. And if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that I'll notify you. You'll never miss any content again, which is a massive bonus because tomorrow, La Liga show with another special guest will be at 5 o'clock Eastern time. So La Liga at 5 o'clock Eastern time, Monday, Champions League. Haven't decided yet whether it's going to be Monday or Tuesday for the Europa League semi-finals. But Martin, Arsenal, we bet them, they lose. You go against them, and they absolutely walk it.
Yeah, difficult team to figure out this season. Very unpredictable. I'm pleased to see that their involvement in this European Super League has been killed off. They're kind of one of the dirty half dozen now, so I don't think they're going to be very popular in their games between now and the end of the season. The main thing I think for Arsenal is that they've got the impending Europa League game against Villarreal on Thursday. I know they've got 5 days of rest between the two matches, but I'm sure that's got to be their main priority now. So I wouldn't be too surprised if Mikel Arteta rests a few players in this game. And yeah, I make Everton actually the favourites to go on and win it due to that. They've got a lot more to play for. They're 3 points clear of Arsenal in the table, and they've got a game in hand on the teams above them. So they've still got a chance of breaking into the European places, whereas Arsenal, I think all of their eggs are in one basket now.
Do you want me to give you the prices, Mark?
Sure.
Okay, well, look, you just dropped the ball off. So it's Arsenal plus 100, draw plus 260, and Everton at plus 300, JK. Whenever I have a new player in the side, I want to get them to ball very, very early on in the game so they settle in. Everton at plus 300. They should be plus 500. But because of Arsenal maybe having one eye on the Europa League against Villarreal, Everton got chances in this game.
Absolutely. I think Everton not only can, I think they will win. I think they will win this game. We're looking at no Aubameyang, excuse my pronunciation, no Lacazette. I think Everton is even while Everton is 0-3-3 in their last 6 games, they're actually still the 4th best away side in the Premier League. I'd watched their game against Liverpool. They really locked them down. I think Everton can go on and win this game against a short-handed Arsenal team. So I'm backing Everton on the double chance tomorrow.
So Everton not to get beat. What about goals, though, JK? Are we expecting goals in this game, or does both teams to score? No.
I do definitely expect a couple goals. I think Arsenal, being the home side, I think they'll definitely find a way to find the back of the net at the Emirates. So I'm looking at 1-1, 2-1 Everton victory. So I'm going with both teams to score at minus 120, as we say here in America for our negative odds. And then I have Everton double chance. I have that on minus 110 on my book. So I'll be placing 1 unit on each of those plays tomorrow.
Well, we like that. We like that. Martin, I'll tell you what I also like is the amount of people in the chat. Now, if they've got something they want to say, then listen, throw it out there and I'll ask the boys. But Arsenal at plus 100, I'm like, I don't often get Arsenal at 100 at the plus 100 at the Emirates. The way that Everton have failed to win in the last 6 games. But Ancelotti, do you think he'll do a number on them?
Yeah, on the surface, it does look like a good set of odds on Arsenal because they've won their last 6 home games against Everton. Very strong record against the Toffees. But it's just those injury concerns up front. Lacazette limped off in the last game. Didn't really need to be playing in it, to be honest. And Aubameyang's been in hospital recovering from a bout of malaria. So I don't think there's any real... any need to risk him in this game. He might be back. He might be sort of fighting fit in time. But with the big game against Villarreal around the corner, I think they'll start Eddie Nketiah up front. And he'll have a point to prove. I think he could get on the score sheet.
Good energy.
He's got good energy. He hasn't really turned it on this season. He could be putting himself in the shop window in this game because he might need to, get a move away from the club in the summer. But either way, I think it would make sense for Mikel Arteta to rest players in this game. The likes of Xhaka and Partey have played a lot of football recently. And yeah, as I say, all the eggs are in that basket against Villarreal. They've got to win that. They've got to go and win the final. So yeah, it wouldn't really make sense to risk key players getting injured in this one. So I reckon we'll see a reasonably weaker Arsenal side than we're used to. Gives Everton a really, really good chance to return to winning ways. So I don't really think there's any justification for them being plus 300 underdogs. I'm also looking at Everton draw double chance.
Wow. So that means that when we get to the old official picks and it says flash Arsenal plus 100, there'll be a line going through that, I fancy, because I'm not going head-to-head with both of them. The new boy, maybe, yes. Martin, certainly not, especially when he's an Arsenal fan, everyone. Let's move on. Start with you then, Martin, because it's Liverpool, minus 380. Draw, plus 530. Newcastle, plus 1,400. I looked at Newcastle, double chance to frustrate them. They're fighting for their lives. Liverpool, you don't know what you're going to get from one week to the next. But the double chance on Newcastle was only plus 300.
Yeah, this is one of the real iconic fixtures of the Premier League. Everyone remembers that 3-2 game with Kevin Keegan slumped over the hoardings. Hopefully we're going to see a bit more entertainment again in this one. It's a difficult game for Liverpool. Newcastle have really found their feet in recent weeks. They've done really well to drag themselves out of relegation danger, and I think they're going to stay up just fine. They kept going in the last match, and it was a great late addition from Joe Willock to get them all 3 points. But this is still a game that Liverpool have to win. They've just got to have a 100% record between now and the end of the season. They're fighting for that top 4 place. And I think they can overhaul the likes of Leicester and West Ham if they really put their minds to it. I think we'll see I don't think it's going to be a hugely high scoring game, but I fancy Liverpool to grind out a victory in this one. I've just gone for a standard Liverpool and under 4.5 goals. But yeah, I would say if you really want more value, you go for Liverpool and under 3.5 goals, because I think it's going to be quite tight and cagey. But ultimately, Liverpool's superior quality should shine through.
Yeah, draw. I thought draw half time because it might be cagey. Because the thing is with Newcastle, they go 2-0 up. And then all of a sudden, they absolutely crumbled. They were scared of their own shadows. It comes back to 2-2 against 10 men, by the way. So they couldn't even control the game against 10 men. And then they do get the winner and they win 3-2 and everything's forgiven. And it's almost forgot. JK, you like Liverpool, Newcastle? Are we expecting goals or do you think this is an under?
This is a tough one. As everyone's been having a tough time getting a read on Liverpool all year. You never know which side is really going to show up. I don't have this game on my card. If I had to lean, I would absolutely lean towards the under. And I really like Martin's angle at the Liverpool and under 4.5 goals. I might be adding that to my personal card as well after hearing him talk about it.
Yeah, we call that the Martin Classic. He loves that one. A team to win and under 45.5 goals. He absolutely loves it. And we also have the Alex Classic here, which is both teams to score and over 2.5. I couldn't press the button. I just thought that Newcastle, they're not to be trusted. Leave them alone. Liverpool, not to be trusted. It's like having 2 dodgy birds, 2 dodgy girlfriends. I mean, just leave them both alone and get yourself a fresh one. Okay, next game. I've got my goals. JK, I've got to come to you first. I know you love your goals. I know that's your number one angle in every single soccer game or football game that you cover. West Ham plus 390. Disrespect. Draw plus 275. Chelsea minus 120. Could be a trap. What I definitely see is both teams scoring and one of them getting at least 2, JK.
Man, I love West Ham. I think they've been playing incredible on the attack lately. While being a goals guy, I certainly love West Ham. But they've been attacking phenomenally lately. Now, here's my thought on this one, though. Chelsea has just completely turned into a defensive-minded team since the coaching change to excuse me if I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Tuchel.
Tuchel. Tuchel. It don't matter. Yeah, he's French, isn't he?
It turned into a team that likes to try to win games 1-0, and I don't know how this is going to play. I think an early goal opens this game wide up, and I think if it starts tight and we're looking at 0-0, I think Chelsea's going to try and salvage a point out of this one. I don't know. This one's not on my card. This is a tough game for me to read.
Yeah, I'll tell you the other reason why West Ham are massive value at plus 390 is Chelsea have got more than one eye on the Champions League semi-final, Martin, against Madrid. And listen, if there's a team in the Premier League that can take their eye off the ball, it's Chelsea.
Yeah, they did look very flat in that game against Brighton. I think they were exhausted from their exertions at the weekend. Very impressive result to beat Man City in the FA Cup semi-final. So it's understandable that they were fatigued, but they are up into the top four now. They've moved ahead of West Ham courtesy of goal difference alone. These teams are level on points. There's not much to separate them, but I really think this game is there for the taking for Chelsea. We know Dawson's suspended because he was sent off in that last game. Declan Rice is out as well, so the defence doesn't have that protection in midfield. I think that's going to really put the impetus on West Ham to just go out and attack. Their last three games have finished 3-2. The one before that was that crazy 3-3 draw with Arsenal. So they're just a really exciting team right now. Chelsea are the polar opposite, so it's a real clash of styles. A dull team that like to try to grind out victories, and it's been very effective. 15 clean sheets so far in 20 games since Tuchel replaced Lampard as manager. But I still think that West Ham have got the attacking quality to unlock this Chelsea defence once in the game. Lingard's been a revelation up front since he's joined, and I expect them to show a lot of ambition. So I've gone for both teams to score as my pick, and I'm leaning towards Chelsea. I also like Chelsea at minus 120.
Who do you think? Do you think he'll play the same side against West Ham that he's going to play against Real Madrid? So that means is it going to be Havertz, Pulisic, Ziyech, or Mount pushes forward and he goes with the two holding midfielders with Kante, or does he leave one of them out? I think this is a lineup check, but I just think there's goals in it. I mean, the West Ham is an opportunity here to remember they've got the top four. This is like every game's a World Cup final for West Ham. So I definitely see goals. Connor Russell in the chat, he's going both teams to score. No, I hope you're so. I don't want to watch this game with none. And someone said, did Matt get the boot? No, it's a squad game with the Euros coming up. We need a squad of soccer/football guys. So I need to bring the boys in to get them match practice. And that's exactly what we're doing. And we'll be doing the same with La Liga tomorrow, and then next week, and then the week after. And before you know it, the Euros will be on us. And the Euros is 3 games a day. Also, Matt does the live Bet With Us shows. So it's a team game, squad game. Next game could be, and I'm going to come to you again, JK, because I know this is your team. God knows how it's your team, because they're not even a team. But Sheffield United at plus 475, draw plus 270, and Brighton at minus 127. Brighton being your team, and just along the south coast from my team, Southampton. We're never really cheering them on, mate.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can back my Seagulls as much as I want to. Sheffield stinks. But
Sheffield United, yeah.
Yeah, Sheffield is just they're going down to Championship. Their Premier League dreams are done. They're going to be playing, against Barnsley and Wycombe and all these other Championship squads next year. So I think their bags are packed. However, Brighton, I actually think this is a pretty steep odds for them on the road. They attack relentlessly. We all know the expected goals that they average per game. The amount of chances they create is amazing, but they don't finish. They can't find the way to finish and get that magic moment, get that winner consistently. I think, and they always seem to, just as we were saying pre-show, they attack so hard for those last 10 minutes and just ends up with a heartbreaking, concession, as exactly what happened in the Crystal Palace game. I weirdly see a repeat of that Crystal Palace game with them this weekend.
Well, you fancy that they'll get beat. I don't think there are any value at -127, Martin, but maybe both teams to score no or go unders and brings in the 1-1 draw.
Yeah, I think this is a really interesting game. I think Brighton should really go on and win it. They obviously haven't been picking up the points that their performances deserve this season. Their expected goals tally is huge compared to their actual goals tally. It's just they're not sharp enough in front of goal. They've not been clinical enough. A lot of the blame lies with Neil Maupay, maybe Danny Welbeck as well. And they have been a bit sloppy at the back. But this is just a really good opportunity for them to pick up a vital 3 points against the deflated Sheffield United side that are already down. They've been absolutely hopeless ever since Chris Wilder left. They look rudderless right now. They've thrown in the towel. They're not really putting in a great deal of effort. Brighton do play some slick football. I live near Brighton. I've got a lot of friends who are Brighton fans, and it's been a frustrating season for them. But I think this is a really good opportunity to pick up 3 points, move well clear of the relegation zone, and I'm going for Brighton to win. I think just to throw in a bit more value, you could throw in Brighton and under 4.5 goals just to get it up a bit closer to even money.
Are we brave enough to say Brighton win to 0?
It's a difficult one because Brighton have got such good individual defenders. Lewis Dunk is a very good defender. Ben White, everyone raves about him, but they very rarely seem to keep clean sheets. I know they did against Chelsea, but Chelsea looked knackered in that game. They seem to allow too many chances. I'm not sure if it's the back three formation. Teams seem to get in down the flanks against them. They missed Tariq Lamptey and Solly Marsh on the wings. So I'm not sure. I feel like Sheffield United could nick a goal, but I still think Brighton can score twice in this game and go on and get the win.
JK, you're looking at Brighton at -127. If I said to you that Brighton win, how would you go about getting the value?
I wouldn't. I actually like to play teams money line and over 1.5 goals to find a little value, but I wouldn't. I don't think I'd do that here. I wish I could say I think they are able to net a couple, but I agree with Martin again. Not to keep taking the same side, but Brighton and under 4.5. I think that's a great way to add a little value if you think Brighton pulls this out.
Okay, well, if this is a really, really tight game, then the next one has probably got the same copy and paste because, Martin, it's Wolves +100, draw +225, and Burnley at +300. Wolves have been nothing short of dodgy this season. They managed to scrape as well. Listen, they've just been nowhere near the same side as last year. Yes, they've had injuries. Yes, their talismans got taken early on in the season, but they don't score enough goals. So Burnley at +300 or Burnley draw no bet. Are we looking at the away side again?
I just think this is a really difficult one to call. I had Wolves to beat Fulham a week or so ago at good odds, and I was pleased to see that one come in because Adama Traore is a game changer. But I think this looks like a really difficult one. Burnley have lost 3 on the bounce, and it's rare to see Burnley lose 4 in a row. You have to think that they'll come back eventually. The odds are huge on Burnley. I do think these teams are reasonably evenly matched. Wolves definitely have a bit more quality in midfield. They've got a bit of Iberian flair about them, but Burnley will be up for a fight. Burnley aren't clear of relegation danger yet. They still need to pick up points with the way West Brom have been playing behind them. So, I think Burnley could get something in this game. I don't have a tip on it, though, because I just think it looks too close to call.
JK, on the odds, it's a mirrored Arsenal versus Everton. You like the away side? Do we see goals in this game from both sides?
I might be a little contrarian with my take on this game. I do see goals here. And under my impression, Burnley and Wolves are teams that like to grind it out and win a game 1-0 with a late goal. But lately, Burnley have seen both teams score in their last 6 fixtures. They have also seen 5 of their last 7 fixtures eclipse 2.5 goals. I also have the no written down. Burnley, they're fighting relegation. Again, they are not clear. They're not clear at all. They need 3 points here. I think we absolutely see an all-out effort from Burnley, and I think that opens the door for where Wolves are best on the counter. So I think both teams to score at plus 110 odds. Absolutely love that play. Also, over 2 goals. I have that coming in at minus 130. I will tend to drink a little bit more juice on my odds when it comes to totals, especially when it comes to playing key numbers like that too. So no matter when you do, if I take the advantage of taking 2 is, say one team ends up winning the game 2-0, I end up getting my stake returned. So my official action on this game, I am going to be looking at the over 2 total, and I love both teams to score. And if I had a lean on the side, I would say Burnley and the double chance.
Yeah, listen, we never mind a push. I mean, the Premier League's been that tough this year that if you give me 3 pushes over 6 weeks, I'll be throwing a party. Honest to God, it's been so tough, the Premier League this year. And by the way, don't be worrying about juice at around minus 135. I have Tancredi Palmieri, and he loves a minus 195. He loves it. We call him a squirrel because he's like this. Oh, he's so tired. Okay, love this game. Love this next game, JK. It's Leeds plus 300. Great 1-1 draw against Liverpool last week. Liverpool go 1-0 up early. I think floodgates. I thought Liverpool would go on and score a few. No. Draw plus 300 and Man United at minus 115. Man United just going from strength to strength in the league. Now they've got the semi-finals of the Europa League as well. I cannot get away from Man United being too good for Leeds.
Yeah, this is my favorite Premier League game of the weekend. Man, they just have so much more quality on their overall 11 than Leeds. But I do have a play on this game. I am on the over total. This will be my largest position in Premier League this weekend. I have over 2.75 goals, so I'll be taking the Asian total, and that's coming in at minus 130 odds. The last head-to-head was one of my favorite matches I've watched all season. 6-2 finish for United. It was 4-1 at halftime. Man United scored 2 goals in the first 3 minutes. My only worry for this game is Manchester United's motivation. I am a little worried that they will be looking ahead to this Europa League final. They've played a lot of games lately, as a lot of these Premier League teams have, but Leeds are fresh. So I absolutely think Leeds will score in this game, and Leeds will end up conceding. I don't know how they were able to hold Liverpool to 1 goal in that last game. If you watch the game, the total should have been more like a 2-1, 3-1, 3-2 type fixture. But this is my favorite position on the weekend. I am absolutely looking at goals in Manchester United Leeds this weekend.
I'm loving the fact that in the chat we've got Mace Madness. He's going for Leeds on the money line. I cannot have that. Mark.
No, Man United don't lose this game for me. They haven't lost on the road since January 2020 in the Premier League, and that was against Liverpool, who were, about to be crowned champions. They've just been terrific on their travels. Poor old Leeds, they went down, spent 16 years in the wilderness, finally promoted back to the Premier League, ready to play their fiercest rivals, Man United, again, and just took a 6-2 drubbing. It was a horrendously one-sided game for them, and it must have been a bitter pill to swallow for their fans. They'll be desperate to get revenge. I wrote an article earlier today about the rivalry between the 2 clubs and the 2 cities, delving into the War of the Roses and how far the animosity goes back. Alan Smith leaving for Man United just after they were relegated. They're going to be desperate to try and get one over on Man United, but I can't see them winning this game. They'll give a good account of themselves. They always do. They've just taken 4 points off Liverpool and Man City in their last 2 games, which is hugely impressive. I didn't have a pick on this game because, like John said, Man United have got the big Europa League semi-final round the corner. They're kind of assured of second place in the Premier League now. Leicester's form recently has been poor. might make sense to rest one or two players for this. Leeds
But
are
then
up.
the young ones come in, like your Daniel James, Greenwood. It's like you've got plenty of players that can come in and do the job.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards Man United. I just have a slight concern that Leeds might steal a point. But yeah, I definitely lean towards Man United. I think both teams can get on the score sheet. It frequently happens when Leeds play, just due to the ambition they show, the gaps they leave at the back, the amount of men they commit forward. I think it'll be a really good, fascinating game.
Yeah, Mason's saying that he loves the fact that the situation when the odds are stacked against you. Well, I tell you what, you've probably had an unbelievable year this year in the Premier League. By the way, boys, it's thumb. If you press the thumb, it goes blue or black or whatever colour your screen is. At the moment, we're on 25 against 67, so that's just about 40%. See if we can get it up a little bit higher. Well, yeah, we're going to go to the last game. It's Leicester, minus 200. Draw plus 335 and Crystal Palace at plus 800. Is this not a game that Crystal Palace at plus 800 over the years, 3 or 4 weeks before the end of the season? No one gives them a hope, and they smash it in, Mark.
For Crystal Palace, nah, no chance, not for me.
You've hated them all season.
Well, I had Leicester to win in the FA Cup semi-final at the weekend against the once mighty Saints, and they pulled it off. Iheanacho has been on fire recently, playing well tonight. They've got options back now. Maddison's back, Perez is back. I just think they're going to be too slick, too good for a Crystal Palace team whose season has basically fizzled out. Roy Hodgson's contract ends in the summer. There's been no movement on any news of him getting a new contract. Zaha, their best player, wants to leave. They just seem a bit like they're drifting, and they're just waiting till the end of the season now. Whereas Leicester, their form's been bad. They've lost their last 2 league games until tonight. But now's time for them to really start picking up points and sew up that top 4 spot. The teams below them are in fantastic form, so I think it's imperative that they beat Crystal Palace, and I think they'll pull it off. I can see them scoring a couple of goals in this game. I've gone for Leicester to win and over 1 point. Oh no, actually, I've gone for Leicester -1 Asian handicap, because I think at the worst they'll win by a goal, and I'll get my money back. But I think they can put a couple past Crystal Palace here.
Yeah, the problem you've got with Crystal Palace, JK, is that they're tight as long as the game's 0-0. They're organised and they've always got that outball from Eze or Zaha. But I mean, at plus 800, I'm not really giving them much of a squeak. But on the goals, are we going under or over, or are we leaving it?
This game is probably going to be leave it alone for me. Crystal Palace is just another one of those teams. I look at the table and I'm surprised they're as high as they are. I thought they'd be like absolutely getting relegated with especially some of their recent performances and some of their overall performances this season. I see. If I had a lean, it would be under 2.5 goals here. I don't see Crystal Palace getting on the score sheet. I think Leicester, after especially the way they're playing today versus West Brom, I was able to catch a little bit of it. I think they're going to turn the corner. They're looking towards a top 4 finish. This is if it gets over 2.5 goals, it's going to be because Leicester wins 3-0.
Okay, so maybe just sit on the fence of that game because you can't trust Leicester, and you certainly don't want to put your hand in Crystal Palace's mouth and then look at them. They go and win the game, and it's plus 800. Official picks, please, Zook. Okay, Martin's picks. Everton double chance, -110. Liverpool to win and under 4.5 at -150. Chelsea, both teams to score at +100. Brighton and under 4.5 at -120, and Leicester -1 on the Asian handicap at -122. JK, he's gone with Arsenal, both teams to score at -110. Man United over 2.75 goals in the game, -130. Wolves over 2 goals in the game, -125. So remember, if there's 2, straight push, get your money back. Flash's picks. I'm not even reading that top one. Forget it. So make sure you got your sound up, because if you bet Arsenal following me, I'm not. I'm jumping off. Okay. West Ham, Alex Classic, +135. And Man United, straight win, don't complicate it, at -120. Now, this is the part of the show, JK. You can go first. It's 2-team parlay. We get one from you, we get one from Martin, unless I don't like Martin's, and then I make up one. And that's normally what one lets us down. What's your strongest bet of the week, mate?
If you're looking for a bet to put in a parlay, give me Manchester United, Leeds. Take the over 2.5. It's probably a little juicy now, but it's be a great parlay piece for you.
Okay, Man United over 2.5 goals in the game. Martin?
Yep.
I'll just have to go with Liverpool and under 4.5 goals against Newcastle. They've got to win that game. It's a must win. They're a superior team to Newcastle. I think they can get the job done.
Okay, Liverpool to win and under 4.5 now. If you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that I'll notify you and you'll never miss anything again. La Liga tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Monday morning, Champions League. May do Monday morning Europa League as well, seeing as there's only 4 fixtures, 2 semi-finals in each. And then next week is going to be an absolute cracker with Serie A, Bundesliga, Premier League and La Liga closing down the seasons. And there's plenty up for grabs at north and south of the tables. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Really appreciate it. Press the thumbs up on the way out. JK, top man. Enjoyed it.
This was a fun time. Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, there's plenty more work for you, my lad. Don't worry about that. Martin, can't believe you haven't gone with Arsenal at plus 100. But hey, never mind.
I know. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they win, but it's not looking likely. It's definitely a lineup check. That. Wait to see the lineups, but yeah, definitely looking at Everton there.
All right, everyone else, you take care, and may all your bets be winners. See you soon.